Jelly, you were down in New Orleans in the early part of the 20th century, and all the boys were playing this fast ragtime music. Show us how they used to play, getting faster and faster.
Okay.
And everybody had their own style of playing. You had yours, and Tony Jackson had his, and all the rest of them had theirs.
Oh, yes, all of them had. Everybody had a different style. Of course, there was some more accurate than others. Of course, that style that I just got through playing was the style of the ones that couldn't play very well. Would have an inspiration that would be doing better, and continue increasing the tempo.
And what did you decide to do about that?
Well, I decided that was a mistake. And I believe it was a mistake because everybody grabbed the style. I thought that the accurate tempo would be the right tempo suited for any tune, regardless of any tempo that you would set fast or slow. You should end it up, especially if it was meant for a dance tune. So that was the idea that I decided on. But I find that the slow tunes did more in the development of jazz, that is the medium slow tunes, than any other thing, due to the fact that you would always have time to hit a note twice when ordinarily you would only hit it once, and that gave it a very good flavor.
Show us how you used to play when you were developing. Tell us about your theory of harmony in jazz, Jelly.
Well, of course, my theory is to never discard the melody. Always have the melody going some kind of a way. And of course, your background would always be with perfect harmony, with what is known today as riffs, meaning figures, musically speaking as figures.
Show us the riff.
That would be a riff against a melody. For instance, we'd say the melodies was this. That's what's called a riff. Of course, a riff is something that gives any orchestra a great background. And the main idea of playing jazz, there's no jazz piano player can ever really play jazz unless they try to give the imitation of a band.
Now, show us the way that some piano players play jazz with the discords.
Okay. Well, of course, they do a lot of that. play with the discords there. They don't regard the harmony or the rules or the system of the music at all. They just play anything. The main idea is to keep the bass going. That is their thought. By keeping the bass going, it gives them a sort of a set rhythm. And by giving them a set rhythm, they imagine they're doing the right thing, which is wrong. There's only a very few jazz pianists, if there's any, that is I state today. So far as the present time, musicians as pianists, I don't know of but only one that have a tendency to be on the right track, and that's Bob Zerke of the Bob Crosby Band. As far as the rest of them, all I can see is ragtime pianists in a very fine form. Anything else, sir?
Play us one of your early pieces, the Kansas City Stomp.
Like the Kansas City Stomp?
Where does that start?
Well, the Kansas City Stomp didn't come from Kansas City. I wrote the Kansas City Stomp down on the borders of Mexico, right near the American border, from near California side, and a little place called Tijuana, Mexico. The tune was named after a saloon that was ran by a friend of mine, or run rather by a friend of mine, by the name of Jack Jones, a very unfortunate gentleman, although he was worth $1 million. And he asked me to name the tune after his saloon. And his saloon was named the Kansas City Bar, so I named it the Kansas City Stomp.
Why was he unfortunate?
Well, unfortunately, he had some trouble, and they had to go to penitentiary for 20 years with all the money he had. So I played the tune for him. I don't know if I'll have a time on this side, but I'll do it best.